Welcome. I want to say hello to everybody. We are going to talk about something very exciting today, and we're going to spend a little bit of time chit-chatting, getting to know each other, and talking about Isomers Skincare. I'm a cosmetic chemist. I have many years experience, over 40 years experience in formulating skincare. So we make skincare. We study the skin. We study aging. We study ingredients. We put it all together. And my whole goal, Isomers' whole goal, has always been about creating problem-solving skincare, which means what? It means skincare that solves problems. It's not based on trends. It's based on science. It's based on nutrition. It's based on what is good for the skin. What's good for the skin also depends on your age, your stage, and what's been happening with your skin. Today we're going to focus on two fabulous formulas, okay? These formulas have a lot of commonality in them. The common element are going to be some of the key ingredients and delivery system. They come from our LX line. These are golden collagen peptides. So it's really important to talk about our golden collagen peptides and what they're going to do. So first and foremost, let me talk about the very first one. This is the Gold Collagen Peptide Firming Cream. Gold Collagen Peptide Firming Cream contains collagen, but it is not the matrixyl collagen. This is a very specialized colloidal gold collagenine with the MVP, most valuable peptide technology. It is specifically designed to support collagen in older skin, maturing skin. What is collagen? Collagen is the most abundant protein of the body, not just of the skin. It is part of your structure. And so it holds everything together. It's like the container. It helps make the container. And if the container changes and ages or starts losing parts of it, the shape of what is inside that container also changes. Not only does the container change, so does the shape. Therefore, your collagen is really important when you're keeping your collagen nice and firm. You lose collagen every single day. You wake up in the morning, you notice there's changes on your skin, there's changes on your body. This is because your collagen quality starts to change. So what we do is we want to be able to support that collagen and feed it. You can't just directly feed collagen with collagen. You've got to actually create peptides or fragments that are easily absorbable, create information, and go into the skin. So this is advanced technology, not for everybody. Not for if you're 20, 25 years old. This may be a little too advanced, a little too strong, a little too powerful for you. But if you are 40 plus, did you know your collagen is depleting quickly? Do you want your collagen and your skin to be 10 years younger? Do you want it to be stronger? Do you want it to be more supported? Hi, Deborah. How are you? Thank you for tuning in. This collagen is golden collagen. And why gold? Gold is anti-inflammatory. Gold also has a lot of healing and soothing benefits in it. Gold is part of how this system delivers into your skin, supports your skin, and starts giving your skin the nutritional things that it needs. So when we're dealing with golden collagen, we've got to think about firming, toning, plumping. This is like big girl collagen. This is like big boy collagen. This is like when you're getting older and you're starting to get to that change in life where you start to lose your collagen at a very, very rapid pace. You know, they say we lose 30% of our collagen in the first 5 years of menopause. That includes perimenopause. So those menopausal years, 45 to 55, those years of transition, because usually after 55 you're menopaused, it's over. But that means you're now completely gone. So as your hormones decline, as your hormone rate changes, your collagen declines just as quickly. So as you start to get those hot flashes, as you start to notice those different things happening to your body, yes, that level is changing, but it directly signals and feeds the collagen. And therefore, that collagen changes a lot. So how is it? Good question. How is it that some people in their 40s or 50s still look young, still have great skin? How come they don't look like they have a collagen dump or a collagen decline? How is it that people in their 60s also have nice, firm, juicy skin, radiant skin, without pigmentation issues, without loss of elasticity, no sagging? Well, I'll tell you how. It's the most valuable peptide technology. It is the collagenine that is in here. It is heptapeptide 9, not hexapeptide, heptapeptide 9, that is important in this formula, that is going to help with firming, toning, lifting. It does work on the collagen, but the component of the collagen that is tied to elasticity and structural strength. The value here is incredible. This is regularly $160, and you're going to be able to get this for over $100 off the regular price today on Shop HQ. Today, Shop HQ is putting this together. This will be good for the weekend. You're going to want this. This is like serious. Like, I know I love my Trixel. I know I love my glutathione. Those are all really great. But if you want to pick a moisturizer, a cream, that is now going to do some of the heavy lifting, really take you from regular everyday support and really give you that boost into your skin, really give you more, really give you firmer, more toned skin, give you a professional lift for your skin, you've got to go into the LX line. LX is very upmarket. LX regularly, this is $160, $169, regular price through Shop HQ. This in a dermatologist or a medi-spa would be $350 all day long. And I know people think those prices are crazy. When you pay those prices, you believe you're going to be getting that lifting and toning. You believe you are now entering into the world of exclusive ingredients. And why are these ingredients exclusive? They're expensive to make. To take the gold, to take the peptide, to combine it into this delivery system, to turn it into a language that the skin understands, to protect it, to amplify it, to strengthen it, to make it go deep into exactly where you need it, to lock in at that level in your skin, to enhance the firming and toning, to contour the jawline. This is something I worry about, right? Because as you get older, I mean, unless you go and have these tied or cut or taken care of, they're going to be very, very visible. So at this point, my skin, what I should look like right now is this should be very visible down here. It should be very visible at this point. You should literally see from here to here this kind of change in my neck. This should be down here, but you don't, right? You see the toning, the firming, the jawline's very nice. You don't see deep nose to mouth lines because this is very, very connected around my ear, on my forehead, around my temple, all of that. Why? Because the MVP technology, most people don't know about the most valuable peptide. You know who knows about it? Those very expensive $10,000 a day spas in Switzerland or in exclusive areas in Europe, where you go, people go in and they get these very special infusions and treatments. These guys dedicate their time on the nutrition, then the experience, and then they do treatments for you. They use special water, and then they take MVP and they do one facial for you, and they're happy to charge you a few $1,000s for that, just for that pleasure. That's going to be great. As a one-off, feels fantastic. But every single day, you're going to be able to put this onto your skin. You take that golden collagen, you take that lifting element out of there. You don't need a lot of product, okay? And you put that on your skin. You put it exactly where you want it to be more lifted and toned and tightened. You put it exactly where you want that reconstruction. I love also putting it here underneath my neck area. Right? I pat it in and I let it do its magic. It's like giving yourself a facial every single day, but like a therapeutic one. I've been using the LX line since introduction. I'll be ordering these, of course, and I bet you your skin is about 15 to 17 years younger than your age, easily, without even seeing you. If you've been using this, your skin quality is a decade more younger, firmer, more toned, easy. So this is part one. Part two, and I'm going to activate it because I think we get to activate the items here. Yes? Yeah. Here is, I love this. The Golden Collagen Peptide Lip Restore. Lip and mouth. My lips, my mouth, never, ever, ever have I ever had these ever worked on or injected. Well, my whole face, but especially my lips, right? Never, ever, ever. But yet my lips are meaty, juicy. You can see natural movement in them. You don't notice them drooping. You see, they don't go down. Here, I don't have that. Why? Ladies and gentlemen, I defy anybody who's been getting lip injections or filler or any kind of Botox around the mouth area to only do half and leave the other half to the lip restore. You are going to be blown away. Not only does this contain the higher lip technology, the filling technology, the penetration and moisturizing technology, but this also contains the MVP technology. That collagen, the heptapeptide 9, along with the colloidal gold, along with those elements to go in and work on the actual, remember, this is all structural, lifting and toning and firming and holding it all together. You're going to take the lip restore. You know how I use my lip restore? I use about that much lip restore. And look at my mouth. Look at my lips. You could tell there's zero filler here. But you also notice something else? As a good color, which color changes as we get older. So when we get older, we're not supposed to be so sexy, right? That's why lipstick is supposed to be, you know, make you look younger, right? I'm not a lipstick wearer, but around my lip area, okay? You notice here towards the end, it doesn't go down and there's no hole here, like most people have. I take the product and they say lip restore, right? You put it on your lips, sure. But I don't stop there. I put it all over the mouth, all around the top, side, bottom. I treat this whole area, all the way around, right? On top, all the way up to my nose. Do you know? Something's funny, something's interesting. This area between your nose and the top of your lip, what happens to it as you get older? Longer. It gets longer. It starts to stretch. This starts to turn under. It starts to go down, right? This flattens out. This starts to go down. Have you ever wondered, watching me on Shop HQ the last 30 years, why that hasn't happened to me? We used to have that lip restore, the Stem Genesis Lip Contour Restore, and that started the whole process where we'd put it. Could we make it better? Could we make it more like having a lift? Could we make it more about talking about this area? You see also how nice and peaked this is on mine? Never really went away. And at 63, I'm 63, should be like, this should be, my lips should be very pale whitey. And here, I should have lost this along the way. This should be flattened out. And here underneath, usually at this age, you get like a second lip. This loses its ability to hold the lip together and kind of makes a double lip on the bottom. Do you want to stop that? Do you want something that's going to fix that? Do you want to get it today that it's on sale? I think it's under $40. Can you imagine getting any kind of lip treatment for under $40? just even one treatment, let alone a month and a half supply of treatment. Can you imagine the hundreds, the thousands of dollars you're going to save by incorporating the MVP LX technology? Exactly what I've been looking. Look, Sharon. You know, Sharon, I see a lot of women that get a lot of lip treatment done. Young people, old people. Young and not so young. I don't want to say old. Well, you know what? We could be old. Old is good. Decline is bad. Old is good. The more years you can rack on, the older you are, you become vintage. But you want to be vintage in excellent condition. That's what you want. You want to be vintage in perfect condition. How are we going to be vintage in perfect condition? Because why? When you're vintage, you've lived a long life and you've been able to like squeeze every ounce of life out of our life, out of our time. This is a goal for everybody. But you also want to be in the shape and the form and in the way that you can enjoy it to the fullest. You don't want to just live and exist and breathe, right? You want to be able to smile, laugh, talk, interact with people, go see cool places around the world, dance that dance when nobody is looking, eat that food, do whatever it is that makes you happy, but be healthy. You also want skincare that's not going to strap you to having to go to see some technician every 3 to 4 or 5 weeks and having to spend $5, $6, $1,000 every single time. And when you leave, you look great for a day or two, and then you got to go back the next month and the next month and the next month. And if you don't keep those treatments up, the results don't last. And if you don't go home with their $300 or $400 or $500 worth of product, then they don't guarantee the results. How many of you have done that? And I see that they don't look as fresh as they want to. They're not always happy with their results. And they kind of look different all the time. I like the fact that I look like my children. I like the fact that when I look at family photos, you can tell exactly our smile, our laugh, our everything about us, right? Because we haven't morphed it out. There is a way to be able to do that, to age naturally and gracefully. So what are we talking about here? For the face, we have the golden collagen. Manuela's thing is I also put it here. I use the neck one too, but I double pack. Sometimes you gotta pack extra. And then for the mouth and lip area, if you're only gonna get one thing today, get this. If you're only going to get one thing this week, this should be it. And if you're only going to get one thing this month, this should be it. But you need to treat yourself. Look, our mouths work a lot. We're talking, we're chewing, we're making expressions, we're doing all that stuff. And we want the skin, the contour, everything to hold itself together. You have to think about how the lips are structured. So a lot of us don't actually sit down and look at the construction of a building, right? And then even fewer of us look at the construction of our bodies, of our face, our nose is made, how our lips are made. What holds the lips together between the lip skin, the vermilion border, and the regular skin? Where is that bridge? Where is that joining point? Where is that junction that actually holds them together? What happens at that point, right? There's a wall. You think about when you go to the side of the ocean or something and you're on a break wall and you're looking at the ocean and you're like, oh, thank goodness I'm on this pier. This pier here is protecting me from the ocean. But somebody had to build that pier. And if they don't maintain that pier over time, the salt and the environment can break that pier and it can come down. We see this in civilization all the time. You leave buildings for a long period of time, especially those close to water, and the environment breaks it down. Well, time breaks down the border here between your skin and your lip, breaks down the peak, the bow, breaks down here, this part. You see mine? It's a direct lip and skin. You don't see that little extra bloop, right? You don't get that little extra lip. That extra lip happens because the vermilion border, the border that's holding it together, is breaking down. It can break down for many reasons. You didn't do anything wrong, but this is happening. And so people never used to address it because they're not cosmetic chemists. They don't really look at it that way. They want to sell you a lip plumper and say, don't look at that, we're going to do it, because they can't fix it. I'm here to tell you we're here about the fixing it. I'm not afraid to show you these things and to say we're a very different skincare company. We are in a very different mission. We're very different people. We're people who truly believe that beauty is measurable. We can measure it. We can see the change. We can grab onto how it used to be. We could reverse things and we could do things better. And what I love about it is that we've been saying the exact same message for over 30 years. And over the last 30 years, you've seen me pretty much not age or aging backwards. I think I look better now than I did when I was 24 or 35, when I was out there talking to you guys and learning. I've learned so much more. Have things changed? Yep. Can I do backflips? Not anymore. I used to be able to do walkovers, cartwheels, backflips. Can't do those, right? But my vermilion border is still intact, 100%. And this is why I really like this formula. I was noticing that this slightly was going down. Now I knew my jawline was great. I used my phytoestrogen. I'm refattening the skin. But the lip skin connection, that connection, super important to keep them parted and strong, to keep that connection whole. Who's going to go down there and do that dirty work? Your lip contour restore. This one, remember, there's gold. Why gold? Why is this important? It's not just because we like to say gold and gold is da-da-da. Gold has a role to play. We don't put that for marketing. The role of gold is anti-inflammatory, it's a delivery system, and it has an ursolic acid element that, when combined with this peptide, not only protects it, enhances it. You know how they say, some of your friends make you better and some of your friends make you not so good, right? Tell me who you hang out with and I'll tell you who you are. Well, we want the skin on your lips to hang out with gold collagen peptides. Because why? It's going to help with the overall tone and texture. It's going to help with, if you just get this for one thing, actually, that would be the challenge. I want you guys to do a challenge. If you happen to have that extra lip down there, or a little area where your vermilion border is broken, or you've noticed you've lost, you go along the way and some parts of your lip is lost, now it kind of blends with the skin. Any of those, freeze it in time. Take a picture, take a selfie, take a picture of that, right? Put it up on your mirror, in your bathroom. Start using this. Twice a day would be ideal, but even once a day. Then take a picture a week later, 2 weeks later, 1 month later, and tell me what you see. You're not going to believe your eyes. You're going to be like, why don't people talk about this? I'll tell you why they don't talk about this, because they don't understand the science and how to get in there. The entire time we design this, we design it as a moisturizer, we design it as a volumizer, we design it as something that's going to stimulate collagen, all the things you want. We design it as a little bit of a protector against the environment. Yep. But what else do? We go where no other skincare company goes. We go to the border. We go to the vermilion border. We go to both sides, and we can speak the language of the needs of both sides of the skin. And today, for under $40, like literally this, just think about this. If you have that issue, you'd pay $400 for one visit for someone to say, you know what, I can just go and inject it and get rid of it for you. You'd be like, I'm done. I'm in. Do this instead. You're going to save time, you're going to save money, and you're going to get the results that you want. So this weekend, thank you so much for Shop HQ. Thank you for having Isomers Laboratories live. I really enjoy doing these live streams. I really enjoy talking about the products. I really think that it's important that you understand the science and technology so you know, this isn't just regular skincare. It's just not ordinary skincare. It's just not something that we just based on ingredients. We really try to go in and discover and resolve things at a much deeper level. What I find so interesting right now, for example, is I found out this week, now for all of you, Deborah, Sharon, all of you out there that have watched me over the years, okay, you probably know that we have Ectowin, and we've talked about Ectowin for 20 years. At least. We've talked about extremophiles and extremolites and billion-of-year-old bacteria and that they're osmotic regulators. And we've talked about those. Almost ad nauseum we've talked about those. And all of a sudden this week, people are talking about The Ordinary came out with an Ectowin serum as a moisturizer. And then they put a little bit of rice fat in there. And now it's like they've discovered America. Like, oh my gosh, this is the brand new. It's like, guys, Isomers people have known the science all along. They're just, even The Ordinary, as big as they are, as famous as they are, they're not outsmarting Isomers Laboratories science. They're not outsmarting our science. We were there first because we look at that. So in a few years, when people are catching up, fixing their lips, you'll already be done. You don't even have to go back and do that repair work. You're going to have it, and trust me, you're going to have this LX science, the highest celebrity, and we call it celebrity because usually it's those people with a lot of money have the ability to be exposed to technology that we don't usually get. But you see, Darish and I work on the principle of quality. We don't care how much it costs as long as it's the best quality. And then based on that science, and a lot of times the quality of the science has to do with how things are extracted, the time it takes to go find it, where it's sourced, all these things. Some ingredients come out and they're like easy. Some ingredients take time. These formulas, you're worth it. LX technology is above the rest for a reason. And this isn't just for, in your 20s or something. This is really for those who have big fish to fry and you really want to get in there and you need the extra support. The older we get, the more love we need, the more attention we need to certain things at a deeper level to get to the base root of it, to be able to do the programming and the strengthening and the support. So today and this weekend, please enjoy the golden collagen face and the golden collagen lip restore. If you're only going to pick one, it's a really hard one for me to decide because I use them both. But if you want to make such a change, say you wanted some kind of treat, you wanted to treat yourself to something extraordinary. You wanted to make a change. Maybe you wanted to support something and you've been thinking, it's a little flat, or go with this if you just want to try one. But don't pass up on over $100 off of the face product as well. Imagine using them together. Oh my goodness. That's going to be fabulous. Anyways, thank you so much. Anna, what do you recommend for slacking skin and to help with the job? Oh my goodness, Anna, you should rewind and watch this all the beginning. The structural support you need for the elastin is going to be this one right here. I'm just going to activate it for you right there. That is the face one. This is designed to lift. I use it here to lift my neck. Instead of having turkey neck, instead of having this part, okay, see where you have the bands and this will pull down. So I'm going to just twist over a little bit. Okay, hope you guys can see me. From here to here, this should all be connected. Usually people have a slope. The slope goes down this way. And only if you have like intervention done do they lift it. How is mine lifted? Let's take a look at that again. I don't have this slope. Why? So Anna, you want to lift up your jawline. You want to get rid of the nose to mouth because you got to get rid of this and this to be able to lift this, right? And here, you're going to love heptapeptide 9, colloidal gold, delivery system, ursolic acid, restructuring and elasticity boosters in the golden collagen peptide, the LX version. Thank you so much. Janice, you're an amazing trailblazer. Please never retire. Isomers is the best. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. Retire? What am I going to retire? What am I going to do? I don't golf. And I, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And I won't retire. Not anytime soon, okay? As long as you guys stay with me on this journey. Stay with me on this journey. I want to do this for as long as possible with all of you with me, because that means we're here and we are getting the best of, we're part of a community and we're living life and we're doing it on our terms and we're using the science for good. And you're directly linked to the laboratory. I love our community so much. Thank you so much. It is Friday. Have a really, really, really good weekend. Enjoy. I hope it's sunny. I hope it's bright. I do believe this is the Father's Day weekend, which is great. So we're going to have something special for Darius. I lost my dad many years ago, and I don't want to talk about him because I'm going to cry. But I still miss him so much. Fathers are important. And I'm sure my dad would see me right now and he would say, Tuti, don't cry. You did such a good job. You have beautiful kids and you're a good person. And I hope your dad say that to you too. God bless everybody. Have a great weekend. And I'm sorry, I get emotional when I think about my dad and my parents and about you guys. I want you to have a really great weekend.